A very good evening, you're listening to On The Ball here on WLR, with thanks to Malieve and Honey. Thomas McCarthy here till 7 o'clock. Coming up, Liam Cahill, Pauric Mahony and Calum Lyons on Waterford's 1-point win over Galway in the National Hurling League. Six Nations winner Lee Briggs on where it went wrong for the Irish rugby team in Twickenham. Waterford FC boss Alan Reynolds on tonight's Premier Division clash with Shamrock Rovers. And Kieran O'Connor will tell us about two Cheltenham preview nights taking place in Waterford this week.
16 each, 34 minutes gone, and the ball breaks for Waterford. What can they do with this chance? Peter Hogan, and sends it over the bar there. He ran onto that ball. He's done it for Ballygunner. Now he's done it for Waterford. Great finish there by Peter Hogan. We needed a score. We got it. Hogan delivers when it was needed.
Yeah, and that was needed for Peter as well, because I think he's got a few chances to get on a few balls, and he needed that score.
Gets the Cahill Mannion for Galway inside the 45. It's 17 points to 16, and Galway have possession and their tails are up. The wind is in their sails. The ball comes back to Loftus, the cornerback. He's going long, he's going right, and he's gone wide. The biggest roar of the second half has gone up for that wide.
And you'd be always happy when it drops.
You'd
be always happy when it drops to a number 4 for that shot.
Ger Harris there jumped up there, the team secretary for the Waterford team. It's 17-16. My stopwatch says almost 4 minutes up. It's 3 minutes 51 seconds. And Billy Nolan pucks out. The roaring Moorman goes long, dropping near the 45. That's the Galway 45. It's a case of who can get into her hand. It's a maroon and white jersey once again. It's Sean Lennon, the substitute, covering across. Kevin Moran. Kevin wins the ball. Good play by Kevin, but only hits it straight down into a Galway man. Galway have possession. Now it's back towards Waterford. Pauric goes high. That's Pauric Mahony, the captain. The Ballygunner man leaves for Calum Lyons. Lyons did very well there. It's all over. It's all over. And Waterford have won their third game in a row. They're unbeaten in the National League and have beaten Galway in a dramatic finish here at Walsh Park. It's Waterford 17, Galway 16. We wanted to win there, Shiner. We've got it.
Yes, brilliant stuff. Kieran O'Connor and Shane Ahern describing the action in Walsh Park yesterday as the Waterford hurlers earned a gritty 1-point win over Galway to make it 3 out of 3 in Division 1A. Super sub Peter Hogan, the hero, with that last-minute effort into the Keens Road end, while captain Pauric Mahony finished as top scorer with 8 points. Waterford now sit joint top with Limerick on 6 points, ahead of trips to Semple Stadium and the Gaelic grounds. And after the game, I caught up with Liam Cahill, Pauric Mahony and Calum Lyons, and he asked the Dacia boss first of all about what the difference was between the two teams on the day.
I'd say not a lot to us really, as the scoreboard showed, but I suppose fortunate to come out on a really good battle of a game. You know, it's nice to get games like that too, to test your resolve and your resilience to try and get through. Now, we rode our luck a couple of times as well, I suppose, to be fair, but I think we only hurled to what we were capable of in spasms maybe, and that contributed to us maybe having the game going down the stretch closer than it should have been.
What pleased you most about the performance out there today, Liam? I
thought when we let the 4 or 5 point lead kind of come back to a point, our battling qualities and our composure to stay sticking to the plan and staying working hard and not giving away silly frees or stuff like that, you know. So, overall it was an enjoyable game from an intensity and work ethic point of view, but a lot of our hurling and our short silly passing to guys' feet, and but then again our hurling isn't to where it needs to be yet, and I'd say every team is the same. We need to concentrate a lot on our hurling now as the weather gets better.
Do you think there's a future for Austin Gleeson at centre back? You really seemed to change the flow of the game when you brought him a bit deeper there in that first half, Liam.
Yeah, there is. It all depends again on the opposition, Tomas. That's the thing. And Austin is such a player. You have the luxury of playing him in a lot of positions, because he has that ability and that talent. But Austin is still not where he needs to be as regards his physical, I suppose, fitness. He'll be the first to admit that, but he is trying hard,
Yeah, was he just running low on fuel there towards the end? You pushed him in corner forward.
Yeah, I thought when Galway moved Cahill Mannion to centre forward, it created a couple of issues for us, because Mannion is a guy that'll go by you. So it was a case of killing two birds with one stone, really, moving Austin forward as a threat to get a couple of scores hopefully, and then to counteract the pace of Mannion at centre back when he was looking to get inside and try and get a few scores. So these things work sometimes for us, sometimes they don't, and but it's great practice for championship, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, do you think you could have taken some of your goal chances there today, Liam? You think you created 3 and you were blocked down all 3 times?
I thought we created 3 or 4 goal chances, definitely 3 anyway, that need to be taken. Having said that, it's good to be creating them, but it would be disappointing that we didn't raise a green flag. Definitely, that's the key. Like, goals win matches, and but it's nice to be creating them all the same.
How do you feel Pauric Mahony fared a little bit deeper in that midfield role today?
Yeah, he's a very, very decent reader of the game. Sure, we know that down the years. He's a seasoned campaigner, a real leader as well. Some of his distribution of the ball today was just superb at crucial stages, and you'd love to have a number of Pauric Mahonys that you could play up front and at the back. He just a marvellous positional sense, and really delighted with the options he gives us as well at both at midfield and on the half forward line.
In terms of injuries, how is Jake Dillon? Dara Fives didn't feature either, and Kieran Bennett also missed today. Yeah,
they're frustrating little injuries now, both from a player's perspective, more so than anything else. It's definitely a couple of weeks. They're little niggly injuries. We're in a heavy tranche of training, just like every other team, and you pick up knocks like that and little tears and muscle complaints. So the main thing is to make sure we do the right thing by them and have them ready for when we really need them, and that's, please God, towards the latter end of the league and ultimately for the championship.
And just finally, Liam, how much looking forward to going back to your native county now next Sunday up in Semple Stadium against Tipperary?
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's another great test. It's going to be a great encounter. It'll be a fine open game of hurling, I'd imagine, and a great opportunity for us again to really test ourselves. Massive opportunity to maybe throw in a couple of guys as well and see how they react to the big open spaces of Semple Stadium.
Yeah, will it feel a bit different wearing the Waterford gear instead of the Tipperary gear?
Yeah, we'll go left in the tunnel instead of right, which will be I suppose different. But look, that's where I am now, and that's where I'm really happy at the moment, and I'm looking forward to the journey of what this group can do, and we'll just keep working hard and keep our sleeves rolled up and work hard.
As Waterford now on the attack, Hogan again trying to work in, doing well since he introduced in the second half, trying to work the wall back there. Can they get over there? Yes, they can. As that man again, the captain Pauric Mahony there. Hogan was involved in the build-up, but my God, what a finish by the captain.
I think what Pauric showed there is his strength of wrist, to get in the strike and to get the ball over the bar from that distance, because he couldn't have had much of a swing. I didn't think he was going to get a swing at the ball or a touch on the ball. Well done, great score.
Pauric, 3 wins out of 3, I suppose. Wasn't the prettiest game of hurling, but you'll take an ugly win any day of the week.
Yeah, look, it's good to get a win here. I think this could be potentially our last game in Welsh Park before the 10th of May, so as you said yourself, it wasn't the prettiest game, but we're glad to get another 2 points on the board.
Yeah, it's important to start building up winning momentum on home soil ahead of the Munster Championship.
Probably is, and it's just important for us coming in off the back maybe a couple of bad years is to start putting some wins together, and creates a good morale in the dressing room. And it's a good habit to have, so we're looking forward now to the next weekend.
Were you kind of hanging on there towards the end? Galway had a couple of late chances to get that equaliser.
Probably were, yeah, in fairness, but I think we kind of kept our shape as best as possible when you're being sucked back down the field, and I think we worked really hard coming towards the end of the game. Like we did, I suppose that was probably the most pleasing side of the performance was our work rate, but we've a lot of work to do in terms of our hurling. It was a lot of sloppy passes there today, so plenty to work on Tuesday night. Yeah,
is that the most pleasing part of the performance, the way you kind of rolled up your sleeves even there towards the end? Peter Hogan winning a dirty ball and sending over the winning point.
So that's probably what it's about this time of the year. The pitch is in great nick for all the weather that we've had, but at the same time still it's heavy on the legs, and it'll be a different story come 10th of May, but so it's just to get the basics right as much as possible. And in fairness to Peter, he stood up and when we needed to win a ball, and he did, and I thought he was going to get hooked there at the end as well. There's 2 or 3 of them after, so he shortened the grip nicely.
How did you find your own role in the team? You seem to be out a little bit deeper. Was it any different than what you've been used to in the past?
Probably is a little bit different, but to be honest with you, I'm just happy to get 70 minutes into the legs. As I said, I have a lot of work to do personally, and as a group we have a lot of work to do. So again, we'll have to knuckle down on Tuesday night and have a review of today's performance and set out some, we know ourselves that that's not going to be good enough going forward for the rest of the year.
Yeah, you're still in a pretty heavy block of training, Pauric, in terms of the physical work that you're doing at this time of the year.
Yeah, trying to find a balance between both. You have to obviously still try and get as much work done as possible. It's at the end of the day, it's only mid-February, and it's still maybe I think it's 11 weeks to championship. So you can't just completely try and freshen up for the weekend, but at the same time, that's the best preparation for the championship. So it's a good feeling to have.
Yeah, do you feel like the team is in a good place now heading into the last two All-Ireland champions away from home, Tipperary and Limerick, in their last two round-robin games?
Yeah, it is, but look, we know ourselves we have a huge amount of work to do, and obviously we're going to look again. I'm not sure how Tip and Limerick get on today, but they'll begin obviously trying to build momentum coming into the championship. So we'll really have to, I suppose, review today and review the opposition ahead of next weekend, Tipperary, and see what we can do. But look, as you said, it's very much work in progress at the moment.
Out towards the middle of the field, looking for Jamie. Jamie takes it lovely. Lovely bit of 1-2 by Jamie. What can Waterford do now? Montgomery on the run, heading for the 45, shortens the grip, feeds the ball through. Good chance off the line for Pauric. Lovely score by Waterford there. That is real teamwork there. But the creator was Montgomery, lost his marker, and coming through was Calum. Lyons loves to come forward. He's already scored a few early in the league, but that's a beauty.
Calum, how relieved are you to get over the line in the end? Galway had a couple of late chances to maybe get an equaliser there.
Yeah, they missed chance near the end. It was very touch and go now, but a bit hectic and understand there. I think they were kind of looking for a free net road up, but we dug in and we saw it out, thank God.
Do you think it was just kind of the hard work that got you over the line? Probably wasn't the prettiest game hurling wise today.
Yeah, I think they're the kind of games you want to be winning, games where things aren't really going for you as much, and I suppose there's a lot of balls didn't go to hand and stuff like that then didn't, I suppose as a team we didn't really play too well, but they're the kind of games you want to win. Like, you would have been cracking with yourself had you lost those kind of games, not playing well, but we kind of dug in and we saw it out, thank God.
Is it important to get that winning feeling and kind of build up a bit of confidence now ahead of the Munster Championship this summer?
Absolutely, as we kind of discussed in the dressing room before, and that's our last home game now, Walsh Park, until the 10th of May against Tipperary. So you need to get kind of used to winning here in Walsh Park, and the home crowd there are absolutely unbelievable, getting in behind, especially the last 5 minutes when you're out on your feet. You can hear them coming in from the sideline. It means a lot. So yeah, it's important.
Were they like the 16th man in the last couple of minutes when you were kind of hanging on there?
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, you're out on your feet there, and every little thing you do, you hear a big roar, and it's important to drive you on when it's needed.
How are you finding the new setup under Liam Cahill these last few months, Calum?
Yeah, really, really enjoying it now. Yeah, there's a serious buy-in from the players and stuff, and the training is very tough, but it's very, very good.
After getting 3 wins from 3 now, looking forward to test yourself now against Tipperary and Limerick in the next 2 weeks in your last 2 games around Robin Sears.
Yeah, absolutely. That we're playing against the All-Ireland champions up in their home turf. You can't but not look forward to it. You know what I mean? They're the kind of teams you want to be playing against, and especially up in Thurles. I love Thurles myself, and I know a lot of lads do. So really looking forward to that now Sunday. Yeah.
You happy with your own form at the moment? You got on a nice ball there in the first half. Got a pass from Neil Montgomery and sent over a nice point.
Yeah, I was screaming. I say anyone in the stand could have heard me. I was screaming for it, right? But great play by Monty. He's great for running down through the middle, and he done the hard work on that one. Yeah.
WLR's On the Ball
with Mahony Honey. Fuel your sport with pure, real quality honey that you can trust. See Mahony.com.
Well, the Waterford Camogie and ladies football teams both had to settle for draws yesterday. At the WIT Arena, Waterford and Offaly both got off the mark in Division 1 of the Camogie League. Fergal O'Brien's side were 7-4 up at half-time, but a Mairead Tehan goal earned Offaly a draw, 12 points to 1-9. Meanwhile, Kellyanne Hogan kicked a late equaliser in Farfield as the Dacia ladies fought back from 4 points down to earn a share of the spoils with Tipperary. It finished Waterford 10 points, Tipperary 1-7. And manager Kieran Curran was pleased with the character his team showed in the second half.
Yeah, a draw against Tipperary. They've always, as I said earlier on in the week, they're always close encounters. So, look, the manner of the draw for us was fantastic because we were 3 or 4 points down with about 4 minutes. We were 4 points down with about 3 minutes to go, and we got 4 unanswered points to level the game. So, really delighted with the girls and the character they showed to eke out the draw in the end. It was great.
Blue and white. We are blue and white. We are WLR.
Well, the result of the GA weekend came in Markievicz Park on Saturday afternoon as the Waterford footballers beat Sligo by 2-12 to 16 points to pick up their first win in Division 4. 2 injury time points by Dara Corcoran and 2 second-half goals from Sean O'Donovan and Dylan Gyrey gave a depleted Dacia a hard-earned victory. And last night on League Sunday on RTE, All-Ireland winner with Armagh, Oisin McConville, gave high praise to Benji Whelan's charges.
No, it can't be easy. You've got 19 fit players. 2 of those are goalkeepers. At a stage in the season where you need all of your panel, and we talk about going deep into your panel, on occasions like this, you pick up 1 injury or 2 injuries, all of a sudden, you're looking around, you're going, who have we left? And I think for them to go up there and achieve that result is probably, it is the result of the weekend. It will go unnoticed, virtually, but it's a massive result for Waterford. And it's coming off the back of a couple of good performances. We're very unlucky to lose against Wexford as well by a point. So, certainly if you consider that and you consider maybe a few more players back, who knows what they can do come championship. I think they have Limerick in the first round of the championship. So that's something that they will be well fit to target now at this stage.
We are WLR.
We are Ireland's local station of the year.